after doing that study we did in the classroom, where I did my interview and I was going to do on aliens, everybody wanted me to do aliens, but then there was a thing about everybody believed that aliens exist. So this is persuasive speech. So for that reason, I changed it, because I want to persuade you. Oh, let me get this clicker. You know? So, okay, hold on. Clicker, work clicker.
Use the arrows.
Oh, there we go. All right, for that reason, I'll give some background on this law that I want to talk about, which is Prop 57, where it allows a judge to charge a minor as old as 14 years old to 17 years old as an adult. Now, how many of you know somebody that's 14 or 17 years old, or was 14 and 17 years old and made a poor choice? Pretty much everybody, right? Now, I'm credible because at 17, I made a poor choice, and they charged me as an adult, and I was sentenced to 17 years in prison. And during this time, when I was still a minor, I was in this juvenile facility where they had so many other kids as young as 14 being charged for adult crimes. And they considered us unfit to society. And I also studied the law as well. That's why I'm credible. So my thesis today is going to be minors that are 14 to 17, our minds, they're not even fully developed yet. Therefore, it's not right to charge a minor as an adult. Now, my main points are, I'm going to be telling you guys about the law today that charges minors as adults, why it's not right, and what I propose to do about it. Now, Diana Matthews from J.D. McCrae Law School said in 2000, a law was passed, Prop 21, that allowed minors to be charged as adults as young as 14 to 17, where a judge can consider them unfit if they commit a serious crime. This was due to, like in 2000, there was a lot of crimes committed by juvenile teenagers that were involved in gangs. Like their older homies would have them do the dirty work because they didn't want to get the time, so they'd have the kids do it. So they said the voters in 2000 passed that law. Now, why this is not right? Elizabeth Calvin, she's a child activist, and she is a great lawyer. She's been pushing for this to stop. I met her personally too, and she said it's a disaster of locking up young people, not only to the communities and to their families, but to society, because when you don't give them the tools to succeed, you lose out on the beautiful things young people have to offer. Now, I don't know if I said my thesis, but I'll say it again to make sure. I'm saying it's not right because their minds are not fully developed, so we shouldn't lock them up as that. And I just talked about the law, I talked about that, I'm just going over everything. So my proposal, I love my proposal. Okay, my proposal now. Now you guys all seen, hopefully everybody's seen Blood and Blood Out. It's a pretty good movie. So, so in this movie, Paco right here, right? He gets involved with the gangs, and they have some altercation. Well, he makes a poor choice, and a violent act happens. Another guy gets hurt, but it's him and his cousin that are involved. His cousin's already an adult. He's still a minor. Now the judge in this movie sent Paco to military camp, to something different. Or Paco goes military thing, and his brother, well not his brother, his cousin goes to prison. Well, in this movie, Paco he comes out of the camp, he comes out as a police officer. Like somebody that's society's, you honor him. Like, Paco came out doing good. He even was going at it with his gang. He was like changing things, trying to change his cousin. And his cousin just ended up doing really bad in the movie. So that's similar to what I propose. I propose a program for these guys that are committing poor choices when they're young. Like something that gives them, like, tools to succeed. Like, right now CDCR, as a professor had me, she wanted me to go and find out, okay, what's going on? So a lot of the things they're saying is like to get them before they commit the crime. But I think we gotta, what about the guys that are already doing the time for what they did? Like CDCR right now, it's a program where they, like if you do commit a crime, what they're doing is instead of sending the minors that committed the crime when they turn 18 to a adult prison, level 4, which is maximum security. Now they're sent to like a level 2 where they have more options, like in programming. But they still got life sentences. They still got a gang of time, and they're still with adult men in an adult facility. So I promote maybe something like this movie. It's just a movie, but if you think of the concept, like you send a young kid to a military place where they're gonna teach them discipline, where they're gonna teach them something to belong to, something to be proud of. They give them like rules, discipline. So I propose something like that. I propose a program that would allow kids to go to a program and at least serve 5 years, at least 5 years serve. Now, if they complete the program, then yeah, release them. But if they don't, if they continue to conduct that criminal behavior after they turn an adult age, 18, then yeah, try them as an adult, but not till they're adult. So that's why I had this picture, you know? So my proposal is something like that, like send them to a military camp where you could get with their needs. So today, oh shoot, okay, I went over the law, Prop 21 with you guys. I went over why it's not right, because like I said, their minds are, like everybody knows our minds are not fully developed at that age, and they make poor choices, so we shouldn't charge a minor as an adult. And then also, I gave you guys a proposal. Now, Scott Budnick, he's the director of the Hangover. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, anybody? Well, he's on that. He's pro, like, he don't want kids being locked up, and he goes in juvenile facilities. He even visited me there. Well, he said this great quote, which was this, like, all you who ever taught kids, were kids, or know kids, know that kids can learn and they can change. So for that reason, I'm going to close with this saying and saying, educate, don't incarcerate, baby.